What's up, everybody? It's absolutely April. You just call me April. We are all friends here. Welcome back to my channel. Um, Come on in. We're going to be talking about Married at First Sight. We're on season 15, episode 4, and you're going to get my take on each of the couples. I am going to be reviewing Married at First Sight. I will be also reviewing Married to Medicine and Ready for Love. So stay tuned for all of those reviews. But again, I want to welcome my new subscribers. Hello. I'm so happy you are subscribing to my channel. Those of you who have not subscribed, what's going on? Come on, subscribe to your girl so you can get more content like this. And also engage in the comments below so I can get your take on it. I like to hear your feedback, and I like to hear your take on things. So yeah, so we want to get into the review. Again, like I said, always like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button because you will be getting more and more content from your girl. So again, we're doing Married at First Sight, episode 4. I like to start out with rating the episode, and I would probably rate this episode, I would say maybe an 8. Because we're getting out of the weddings and going into the honeymoons. Ben and Morgan finally got married, so that's a good thing. We're starting to see the couples interacting with the families. So yeah, it was a decent episode. So I would say I would give it a good round 8. Put in the comments below what you would rate Married at First Sight, because I'll be interested to know what your take on it is. So far, so good. It seems like the couples get along. It seems like there's no issue between the couples as far as each couple is concerned. Like there's no, so far, the girls seem to get along with the girls, guys seem to get along with the guys. So, but you know how it can go as the season goes along. And what else? Yeah, that's what I have to say so far. I don't see any red flags between the couples, but the individual couples, let's get into that. So let's see. Like I said, Ben and Morgan finally got married, so that's a good thing because Ben and Morgan, I believe they were, their wedding was delayed because Ben had the vid. So he was definitely out for the count until he could, test negative. And I think he said he tested 2 times. So yeah, that couple was cool. It seemed like they would get along. I don't know if Morgan would be too much of a strong personality for Ben. Ben did tell his mom, which, red flag, if you see anything that you don't like, please let me know, and I'll do what I can to correct it. Like, no, Ben, once you get married, it's kind of like, I mean, get your mom out of the situation. Like, it's time to grow up, Ben. So that kind of like, I don't know. So yeah, I wasn't too keen on that, but he's definitely, wants to please his mom. He said he wants what his mom and dad have. I think they were married for like 40 years. So he definitely wants a little bit of what his parents have, but he's definitely closer to his mom. He respects his mom's opinion. It sounds like to me he wants to date his mom. And I think Morgan is the furthest away from his mom. So that right there is going to be an issue because I don't see Morgan being that type of girl to just kind of give in to what you want. She's going to be the kind of girl that wants to, she's independent. So it's going to be hard to kind of make her see, things from a different perspective, which can be a good and a bad thing. I'm just looking at my notes for a second. like I said, I think that he wants to make the marriage work. And, Ben being the frugal guy, he even said in his confessional, like Morgan, he will pay for a second honeymoon. So that's big for Ben because he's the type of person that he's not going to spend any extra money. And he said the honeymoon could be wherever they want to go. I think once they met each other, they said they spoke about Tokyo, going to Japan. And so that's not a cheap trip. So Ben is willing to spend some bread on his wife. So we'll see how that goes. Um, Morgan says she's looking for her equal. Her friends are telling her to kind of let down her walls. So Ben is very easygoing. So I don't know how that's going to fit into the equation. If her, all I can say is if Ben's mom likes Morgan, it's gonna be a go. If she doesn't, if Ben's mom doesn't like Morgan, it's gonna be a rocky road for this couple. Um, Morgan did love her ring. That Ben picked out. She said that it would be something that she would have picked out for herself. So that's a good sign. Ben's mom definitely wanted grandkids. So she's kind of like, so maybe she's going to be easy going on Morgan because she just, at the end of the day, wants grandkids. So, and Ben said that's typical for Asian parents is to kind of want grandkids and get the generations going. So that was interesting. I didn't know that. Um, Morgan says she's being nervous about being hated by his friends and family. So maybe she'll do what she can to kind of fit in. But I don't see Morgan being that girl that's just going to like, I got to fit in. Like she's going to change herself because I think Morgan is set on who she is. She's happy with who she is. And she would thrive with a partner that is accepting of who she is and would love all of her quirks and she would love their quirks. So I don't know where, judging from the previews, I don't know. They're going to have some type of dust up. So I don't know if they're going to make it. Honestly, I don't know if they're going to make it. I think I love Ben's boyish qualities. His smile he just has the boyish good looks. Morgan is like the girl that, the the fighter. They're definitely opposites in that. But she's also has that compassionate side. She's a nurse. So I think they can make it work, but Ben is going to have to get off of the breast. And I mean his mom's breast. And stand on his own and love his wife for who she is and just go from there. So hopefully he can do that. And I think that if he can do that, they could work. But he's also going to have a backbone with Morgan. He can't just let her bulldoze him either. So that's what I would say for this couple. I'm rooting for them, but I'm not optimistic, unfortunately. So comment down below. What do you think about Morgan and Ben? What do you think about the longevity of this relationship? Because I'm not seeing it so far. But I think if Morgan does what her friends say, let down her walls, they can make it. So yeah, let's make it to the next couple. Let's see. The next couple I'm gonna probably talk about is one that let's go with the hot and heavy couple, Stacia and Nate. They were very hot and heavy. This particular this particular one. I mean, did y'all catch that shower scene? Come on now. It was like Showtime After Dark or something. So I'm not mad at you, Stasha. I mean, she was letting her walls down. She was giving Nate like look, this is what I'm about. She was giving the sex appeal. Nate was definitely reciprocal of what she was giving also. Yeah, I'm rooting for this couple. However, I still say if Nate cannot produce the income or if he's being too shady about his job, it's going to cause Stacia I hope I'm saying her name right. I say that every every review. I hope that's gonna cause Stacia to have some issues. So, or Stasia, I think it's Stasia. It's gonna cause Stasia to have some issues if she does not, if she gets any type of inkling that he's being shady, with his career, with his finances. Is That's going to be too much for her, because she is set on what she wants out of life, and I don't think that she's going to compromise that at all. So, let's start from the top. Nate claims Nate claims his side of the bed, and it kind of appeared to me that, when he just kind of like, this is where I'm sleeping, Stacy was kind of like, like, oh, we're not going to discuss this because maybe I want it, but I think she kind of let it go. So I definitely saw that off the bat. So I was like, okay, Stasia says she's nervous sleeping in bed with a stranger, but she does want to cuddle with him. So the chemistry, like I said, is definitely there for this couple. However, I think that Stasia is kind of trying to make sure she doesn't get too in her head about certain things. So I'm loving that she is just going with the flow, and she's letting her inhibitions down, and she's really, accepting Nate at this point. Um, Nate, Stasia asked Nate what is his expectations of a wife, which I love this question, and I'm glad she asked, because that is great to find out. Like, what are your expectations? Are you a traditional man? Are you wanting me to quit my job and you take care of me? Are you okay with me going out, for what I want? What do you want from me? So I'm so glad she asked that. That was amazing. And he said he's looking for a best friend and understanding. So that kind of harkens back to when Nate said, a few episodes, I believe that was maybe the first or second episode. Nate said he wants someone who, will be able to deal with his insecurities. So again, he's saying that he wants someone understanding. So there is some layers there with Nate, that maybe he's having, he knows that there is something bubbling at the surface, and he wants to be able to have a wife that will be able to accept those things of him, and to also not judge him, and just love him through it. So I get that. And I think that Stasia would be able to do it, but he definitely needs to be honest with her with what he has going on financially. Nate said after they woke up, he didn't see her eyes open, so that was a good thing. So I'm glad, Stasia, I'm glad you kept your eyes closed, and you didn't freak your husband out on the first night. Stasia did say that her insecurities are that she pulls away when she's not getting effective communication. So again, that kind of boils down to what I said before with the trust issues. If Nate is not on the up and up with his, with what he's saying and what he's telling her, and if he says anything that kind of makes it feel shady a little bit for her, it's going to cause her to pull back, because she's going to be like, you're not being open and honest. And that's going to make her withdraw from the relationship, and it's going to cause issues, because I can see her being an ice queen once she feels like she is not, she can't trust her mate. Um, hmm. They get into conversations about, their childhood. Nate says he moved around a lot. His dad was, a military man. He also only saw his mother at the age of 12, like for a hot second, and never saw her again. So that is a big issue, of not having that motherly energy around, someone to actually, have that motherly nurturing for Nate. So I feel like that's something that, is a void in Nate, sounds like, because it sounds like if he's still broken up about it. And, also, he said because he bounced around, he wasn't good enough, in all the environments. He said also when he went to the blacks, he wasn't accepted because he was light skinned. And Stasia also said that she could understand that because she was went to all white schools and she wasn't always accepted. And she said, you know, with her being light skinned as well. So the colorism issue is coming up. I don't really like the colorism aspect of it because I get it. And I know that there is, you know, a lot of deep rooted issues with colorism, light skin, dark skin, and all that kind of stuff. So I get it. However, I think it's just like it also can come across as kids being mean, because kids can be, you know, very mean at those young ages that they were talking about. So yeah, I think a lot of people treat you that way from their trauma. So maybe someone who was of lighter skin got treated well and they just harbored that. And so the next light skinned person they saw, they, you know, lashed out at them. So it was, you know, I don't know if it had anything to do with them personally. So I hope that they are working through those issues and healing through those issues, because I don't want the colorism thing to keep coming up and coming up and coming up. Our community, as you know, a Black community, we definitely need to heal from the colorism. Like in my family, we have all different hues. We have extremely light to where you would think they were white, and then you have, you know, some darker, you know, and I don't look at anybody different, and I didn't treat anyone different, but I did have a few people in my family who are a little color struck, which we call people who like lighter skinned people versus dark skinned people. But that's just the old school way of thinking. I mean, I don't think anybody my age or, you know, younger, I don't think we had those issues. Um, but yeah, I just really hope that they can move past this whole colorism thing, because I don't want that to be a theme of the whole show between these two. Nate did let Stasia know that when he gets quiet or he gets in his head, to nudge him, check in with him. So she said she will be mindful to do that. So yeah, I'm glad Nate is that self-aware to know that he does get quiet. Um, so Stasia sits down with Nate's dad and his friend, and they ask her, you know, what does Nate not know about you? And she did inform that she is a workaholic and she can be stubborn. Nate's father asked also if Nate wanted her to slow down, would she? And she said she's working on slowing down. I don't think that at this point in their relationship that if Nate said, I don't want you to work as much, that she would not work as much, because she has goals in mind. And I don't even think Nate would want her to not do it, because she is, he said he wants to have a power couple. So that's a part of being a power couple. So they're in grind mode at this point for both of them. So I don't see that stopping them unless Stasia gets pregnant, and maybe she would want to slow down then. But I still don't see where, if she's very goal oriented. So if she's not reaching her goals, I don't see where even a baby would stop her. But you know, babies change things, and I know I know definitely, like, you have certain goals in mind, and once you do have the baby, it can kind of shift your goals a little bit. So we'll see. Nate's friend said that they will need to be open and patient because they're both stubborn and independent. So that's what he definitely saw for them. So when Nate goes to meet Stasha's friend and mother, they asked if he could wait on sex, because they were, you know, kind of thrown off that someone said, while they were at the wedding, that he's a big old freak. So he says he can definitely wait till she is comfortable. And I don't see Nate doing anything I don't see that the sex being an issue for this couple. So we just gonna leave it like that. They asked what Stasia doesn't know about him, and he said that he has gone into bankruptcy with a former company that he owned, and he has absorbed some of that debt. So again, Nate, You got to definitely be on the up and up with your career, and even maybe be as humble as asking Stasia to, look at your resume. So I don't know. It just, I definitely need, that's going to be a pain point for this couple. Um, but he did say that he doesn't currently own a business, but he does day trade, so that's a big thing for him. Um, Nate gets emotional when he talks about his dad and how much his dad has done for him, and he definitely lets him know that he wants a family. So I feel like Nate is being truthful when he's saying that. I really believe that he does want a family, and he does want that stability because he didn't have that growing up. Um, he also feels like Stasia is a female version of him, and I can totally agree because they are very much so alike. Um, so he also states that he's hopeful to consummate the marriage, and then as they go to Mexico, they have a nice steamy shower scene where it looks like if it didn't go down, it was very close to get going down for this couple. So I feel like they may have consummated, but you just maybe they both have the willpower and didn't let it go. But outside of that shower, I don't know. I guess we'll find out next episode. So I'm really liking this couple. Again, Justin gives me red flags when maybe not being as truthful about his finances and his working, and what he does for a job, because that's a big thing for Stasia. So I'm hoping that when they do have that, once the euphoria of getting married and the honeymoon wears off, that he can be very transparent with Stasia, because that's going to be big for them. And if they don't, it's going to be a point of contention, I feel, in this marriage going forward. So um I think they can work. If they keep going on this route, I feel like they would definitely make it past decision day. But if there is any lies that come up, it's gonna be difficult for them. But let me know down below. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about Stassi and Nate. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Do you see something I'm not seeing? So let me know. The next couple I want to go to is Alexis and Justin. Alexis and Justin. I definitely like this couple. I feel like I feel like they're both trying. Um, Justin is in love, honey. Justin is in love. I mean, I think he would have told her that night if he could. I mean, he almost kind of lightweight told her, but I don't think he wanted to really scare her off. But I feel like Justin is already in love. He's head over heels over Alexis. I feel like Alexis is smitten, and she sees why why the experts matched them. I don't know though. I feel like once everything kind of dies down, I think it may cause her to kind of retreat a little bit. I'm not sure. But I think right now she's gung ho. But once they get back to San Diego, I feel like there's gonna be some issues. But Justin says Alexis snores. So, but he was looking at her and staring at her while she slept. Now, Justin, I mean, I know I love the honesty and I love the transparency. I love that he's, adores his wife. But don't tell your wife on the first night that you've been watching her, because that's kind of creepy. I would think it would be creepy. I don't want nobody to tell me that I was watching you as you slept. I'm like, that would kind of, I would probably be like, that would give me a reason to kind of pause a little bit, because I don't know how I would feel about that. But after we together for a while, I mean, I could see maybe. but not just watching me while I sleep. That's creepy. Um, Alexis says that she understands why they were matched. I love their playfulness and I love their affection with each other. They seem to be very, very comfortable with each other. They even locked in each other on their phones, and she is listed as wifey, and they took a little selfie together. I thought that was really, really cute. And that shows that they are very much so in it to win it, and they are really serious about this marriage. Um, Alexis tells Justin's mom, as soon as she comes in, your son is still celibate. Now, why is Alexis hung up on this celibacy thing? I don't understand. Like, I don't know if she feels uncomfortable about him being celibate. Like, did you want him to be out here fighting and bopping? Or did you just want him to not be celibate? Like, I don't know why she's hung up on the thing. So it kind of looked like Justin mom was like, okay, she kind of played it off. But I mean, I don't think Justin's mom wants to know about his celibacy, in which I did. Like, I don't know. It was just weird. Because Alexis, how would you feel if Justin said something to your mom about your sex life? Like, she wasn't even trying to. She didn't even want you to have the garter up on your thigh. She wanted it around your ankle. So you gotta kind of pull back a little bit, Alexis. Pull back. Um, his mom said Justin calls her out of the blue and said they weren't getting married. And that I'm trying to read my notes. So yeah, his they talk about the ex, when he was getting married, and she asked about that. Alexis asked his mom about that. How did she feel about that? And she said that Justin just called her one day out the blue and said that he wasn't getting married, and she said, and he took it really hard. And Justin is definitely a sensitive guy, so I can see him taking that very hard. Um, they asked about her proposals, her different proposals, and she said they didn't work because she was selfish and she was looking for something that just wasn't there. And it just really boiled down to her not really knowing herself. So, but maybe it was for a reason. Maybe it was for her to meet Justin. Who knows? Um, she did assure the mother that she wouldn't run now that she's married. I don't think Justin's friend totally believed it, but I think she said she's not going to run. So we're going to see. I would like to see when things get hard between them, or when they have a differences or an argument, that she just doesn't be that type of girl that says, well, I'm going to my apartment and you could just stay here for the night. I hope there's not going to be that type of situation. His Justin's mom definitely said he's sensitive, and if she can handle his sensitivity, they should be good. Um, I don't see where she would just be okay with Justin being sensitive all the time. Like, she's probably gonna end up saying "man up" or so. I can see her saying something like that. Um, Justin says when he's angry, he wants to he oh so Alexis's sisters asked Justin how does he react when he is angry, and he says he just wants to please his wife, which is a good thing. But Justin, are you being direct enough to tell your wife like how you feel? Like, are you just into pleasing her so much that you neglect your own feelings? And I hope that's not the case, because I would definitely want him to to express how he feels to his wife and be very honest, and not just put his feelings on the back burner just to make her feel good or to not argue, because that never works. Because you're going to end up being, it's like a volcano. Like, you just going to, all that pressure is going to end up exploding, and it's going to explode at the wrong time, and maybe on a situation that didn't even warrant it. So Justin, please be forthright with Alexis. No matter how Alexis feels, you need to be honest with how you feel. He says, but he did reassure her sisters that he is a pleaser as long as he is being reciprocated. So he said if he's not getting anything, he's not going to give anything. But I don't know how much I believe that. He says he's in it. He has no thoughts of maybe the marriage not working. He's not even thinking in that arena. He's dead set on the marriage working and making it through decision day. So when they get back, they talk about the whole interaction with it, with their parents and the friends and stuff. So they talk about that. Then it was so funny because when the basket came in to tell them where they were going on their honeymoon, neither one of them could pronounce Puerto Vallarta. Come on now. Like, y'all don't know Puerto Vallarta? I mean, neither one of them could pronounce Puerto Vallarta. Like, come on now. I guess neither one of them took Spanish in high school. And yeah, that was a little funny. I was chuckling when they were both trying to pronounce it. Now, as far as they would ask Alexis about consummating, she said basically if Justin's with it, she's with it. So I mean, the walls is down. So Justin, if you make a move, she's not blocking at all. She said she's going to go all the way with her husband if he wants to. She also tells the other couples when once they meet up in Mexico that she and Justin actually matched on Hinge, but she never even pursued anything, and that it just came back full circle when they were matched for Married at First Sight. So it has to have something going on, something, it must be kismet, as they used to say. Alexis tells everyone that Justin is celibate again, so she's telling the couples that Justin is celibate. Why, Alexis? Are we still talking about Justin being celibate? I am just not understanding. It just makes me, I don't know. It just gets me like, girl, stop talking about it. I don't even want to hear about Justin's celibacy anymore. Like, I wish that she would just leave it alone. What is the issue with her in celibacy? But she also tells them she doesn't want to rush. So there's that. So I hope that I believe that this relationship can definitely work. I believe that Justin needs to be honest with how he feels and express how he feels. And then Alexis also has to really be cognizant of how Justin feels and not just be about, I don't care, this is what I want to do type situation, that she would be mindful of him and take his feelings into consideration because he is sensitive and he's a pleaser. So it seems like he would kind of forego what he feels to make sure she's okay. And I hope she doesn't take advantage of that. And but I want also Justin have a backbone with Alexis, and definitely don't let her walk all over you. But do it respectfully, because I can see where it can get crazy. I won't say crazy, but it could go left real quick if the tone or delivery isn't the best from Justin. So that's why I said it could, if he expresses how he feels and don't bottle it up, he probably won't have an explosion and the delivery will be better. But if he bottles everything up and he explodes, I can see her exploding right back. I hope I'm making sense, but I see where it could go if it doesn't get checked. So Justin, I hope you be honest with Alexis, right then. I mean, it doesn't have to be in front of people, but be honest with her. Like, when y'all having dinner or something, like, babe, I don't like when you do X, Y, Z. And instead of like, y'all are around the rest of the couples and she does one little thing and you just be like, rah, and then she's like, what? And then y'all have a big old incident. So I hope that makes sense, y'all. Comment down below, how do y'all feel about Alexis and Justin? And where do you think they would make it past decision day? I think they could. make it past decision day. Justin ain't going nowhere, and Alexis says she's not, but I tend to believe Justin over Alexis. I think that as soon as she doesn't feel something, I think like she's not going to fight. She's not going to stand and fight, fight or flight. She's not going to stay and fight for the marriage. She will take flight. So we'll see. We'll see. This is a couple that's to watch. I can't wait to see where this couple goes. I think the next couple I want to go to is Mitch and Kristen. Mitch and Kristen, they are so ugh. Y'all know how I feel about Mitch. Mitch be Mitching. He really be Mitching. I don't know. Kristen, you in danger, girl. But yeah, it seems like Mitch is getting a little bit more comfortable with Kristen, so that's a good thing. So I'm happy about that. But I just really feel like this is the calm before the storm. Mitch is gonna do something. He's gonna say something in a way that's derogatory, and it's just gonna go left for this couple because Mitch just does not know how to watch his tone. Like Mitch is the perfect name for him. Like, ugh, I don't know. But let's see. Kristen can't find her cute PJs. So I guess she, wanted a vibe and on the first night that they were together, and she could not find her PJs. So I get it, Kristen. When you have something set in your head that you want, it's kind of like, dang, this is what I wanted and I don't have it and I can't find it. So yeah, I can imagine how she felt, but she went on and doubled down and just got in her regular old PJs. And Mitch, who likes the natural type thing, he was all good with it. He was like, "Were you trying to be in some lingerie?" And I don't think it was lingerie, but it was probably something, a little bit cuter, something she really wanted to impress her husband. So I get it. She didn't want to be in no basic pajama set. She wanted to kind of zhuzh it up a bit. So she couldn't find it, but she, got over it and just put on her regular old pajamas. And Mitch seemed like he was fine with that because he said he just had some old regular boxers. And by the way, Mitch, can you please either, before you put your dirty feet in that bed, like at least go like, okay, let me get in the shower or something. Or why are your feet dirty? Like, were you walking around with no socks on? Like, his feet were really dirty and he got in that nice clean bed with dirty feet. Like, don't rub them nasty dirty feet on me. Like, come on now, hygiene. Like, I don't know. That's just, ugh, I didn't like that. Don't put your suitcase on the bed and don't put your dirty feet on the bed. Like, I just don't like you. I don't like people coming in. Comment down below if you feel this way. I don't like when people just come in and sit on my bed. Like, no, I don't know where you've been. Don't just come and sit on my bed or ask if you can sit on my bed. Once I make my bed up, and I think I get this from my grandmother. Like, once I make my bed up, don't come in there and sit on my bed. Like, no. The bed is made. Nobody sits on my bed until it's time for me to go get in the bed that night. So yeah, I didn't like that. And if I would have saw it, I probably would have made mention like, you want to go ahead and get in the shower first? I mean, I can wait if you want. And I think they may have had 2 bathrooms. I don't know, but yeah, Mitch. I mean, that's not a good look, but Mitch probably don't care. He probably said he's conserving water. Mitch probably haven't even taken a shower. So I don't know. Let me lay off of Mitch. Let me be very objective. But it just appears that Mitch feels a little awkward with Kristen still, but he's coming into a more comfort zone with her. He commented again on liking her without makeup. He likes the natural look. Kristen asked Mitch if she for a kiss, and they they have a little kiss, and she says in her confessional that she's on cloud 9. I don't know why she's on cloud 9, because he doesn't even seem like he's giving her anything that she needs, or he just doesn't really feel like he's giving her anything. So maybe it's something that the camera isn't catching. I just don't know. Mitch said when they woke up that he was happy that she's not a snorer. He also talks about being a picky eater, and he doesn't eat any white sauces, which I think that's a common thing, because I have a friend who doesn't like anything white as far as sauces. And like, she really would probably throw up if you put some white sauce, if you give her something with white sauce. So I'm not shocked by that. Mitch tells Kristen that he feels good about the marriage. I don't know how much I believe him with that, but he said he feels good about it. So when Mitch goes to meet Kristen's family, Kristen's mom asks what his intentions are with her daughter, and Mitch really couldn't answer the question. I really feel like Mitch low-key likes Kristen's mom. Like, it's weird. The whole situation is weird. Now, Kristen's mom is very pretty, so I understand, but he seems into her mom a little bit, and maybe, I don't know. It's just weird. Kristen's mom asked what his intentions are. He basically said he wants to be 100% honest with her and live up to his vows. He really didn't give much. But Kristen's mom flat out told him, like, I feel like your honesty is going to hurt my daughter. Because Mitch is, he's honest, but he's brutally honest, which is not good. So she feels that will end up hurting his daughter. He says his previous relationships didn't work because he wasn't being true to himself, because he wasn't in the career that he liked. So now he feels because he is more aligned with his passion and working in environment, that he is equipped to handle a relationship. I think that makes you a more happy person, but it may not all make you equipped for a relationship. I think Mitch needs to do some soul searching, because the way he speaks to people is unacceptable, in my opinion. He said his wife would need to accept him for who he is. So Mitch is not trying to change for anybody. Even if his wife wanted him to watch his tone, he probably be like, this is just who I am. And I don't like that. Kristen's mom feels Mitch will have the challenges. The challenges will come more from Mitch and not her daughter as much. And I agree. I think her mother assessment is spot on. Kristen tells Mitch's family that her intentions is to find someone who wants to be serious and be all in. She asked for advice on handling Mitch, and his brother says Mitch is a rebel. So, but his wife says that she and Mitch had an issue, like the way Mitch was speaking to her, and it took them some time to get acclimated to each other. Even Mitch's mom said that Mitch is brutally honest. And so I always kind of I love honesty. I love when someone is honest with me. I don't like feeling like you're lying to me. However, if you're honest and you lack compassion in your honesty, that is brutality. So when they describe Mitch as being brutally honest, that means he lacks compassion. And so that's a problem, because I feel like that is someone that Kristen would need, is someone who is compassionate, because I don't see her as being a mean-spirited person, and I don't see her being that type of person that would take someone who is not compassionate and cares about her feelings. And Mitch would Mitch is selfish, because he wouldn't care about someone else's house or maybe I said considerate. He won't. I don't think he would be considerate of how she feels. Like, so I, I'm hopeful for Kristen because I really like her and I know, she's all in. So I'm hoping that this works. Um, as they as they go along, Mitch says, Mitch, they were, having fun and opening up the presents that the producers gave them to tell them about the honeymoon. And so they, were popping stuff. I think it had confetti or something like that. But Mitch was, more concerned about it being plastic and, and it's trash. And it was just like, he just couldn't live in the moment and be excited. He was more concerned about the plastic of it all. And I get it that that's what he does, but sometimes it's kind of like, chill out, Mitch. Let's just have fun. When they meet the couples, Mitch tells the couples he thought Kristen's mom was his wife. Again, I don't know. I don't know, Mitch. Do you want Kristen's mom? Because I can step aside and call my mom, and she can bury you. So I don't know. It's just weird to me. Um, he also said he in his confessional he hasn't had sex in a year and a half, and it wasn't because he was trying to be celibate. It's just he didn't have nobody. And Mitch, you're probably alone because you don't know how to treat people. Um, he said he loves that Kristen is assertive and takes the lead because he can be laid back. I don't see where he's laid back. So, but he says he is. He also admits to being more guarded because but he knows he does like Kristen. So I'm glad that he knows that he likes Kristen, and I hope that he treats her well, and really take consideration of her feelings. But because of his meltdown with the bow tie and with his friends, I'm not as optimistic about that for Kristen. But I'm I'm wrong. I pray that I'm wrong because I really like Kristen and I really feel like she is she's really wanting to have a marriage and have some, a family. So I hope I'm wrong, but Mitch does not seem like he is the type of person who will be compassionate enough for her. So let me know down below, what do y'all think? So the last couple, last but not least, is Lindy and Miguel. Miguel said, once they got to the room that he expects to cuddle and talk. Lindy starts spazzing out because she can't find, whatever her stuff. So she starts spinning out of control. Miguel quickly says that that's a red flag for him. So yeah, Lindy is very high strung. He said it did feel natural waking up to Lindy. Lindy says she feels the spark, so they're cute together. They really like each other. Lindy says when she's traveling, she has to have her snacks, or she gets jittery and nervous. So, let me put their picture up. Here we go. Yeah, that's them. So she has to have her snack. While to maintain her blood sugar. Miguel feels Lindy is a stress ball, which is concerning for him. Yeah, I can understand that, Miguel, because Miguel is very calm. So someone who is very high strung like that, I guess I know that would kind of throw you off. Miguel tells Lindy's family that he is happy he has Lindy. He asked what advice they can give him. They said that he needs to be calm and reassuring for Lindy, and she may lash out and spiral out of control for no reason. So, to just be understanding of that. I'm sorry, I'm sniffing. My allergies are kicking up today. Lindy's brother also speaks to them about the Bible, what the Bible says about sex. And basically they were giving Miguel the advice, like, don't jump into having sex with her because of the Bible, and to wait to have sex so they can get to know each other, even though they're married. And I really feel like brother and mother needs to stay in their lane and stay out of Lindy's business. This is a married woman, so, and she's a grown woman. She does what she chooses to do. You have no say so what goes on in Lindy's marriage. So y'all need to step back from that. Now they asked where Miguel felt, what was, his part in his past relationships failing. He couldn't tell them because he feels like he's perfect. So he feels like he is Jesus. He didn't say that, but he feels like he's perfect. Nothing. But he says he doesn't foresee any issues, so far. Lindy's brother does mention that he feels like Miguel may not be self-aware, and I definitely agree. Now, when Lindy goes to meet Miguel's family, his sister lets her know that Miguel is a Cancer and she's a Gemini, and that doesn't work. So that's going to be a big issue for them because their signs are not compatible. And then the sister feels like they would need to put in more effort because their signs are not compatible. When the sister also asked about debt, Miguel's sister is all in the business. She asked about debt. Lindy says she does definitely have student loans, but she's taking care of it. And she wouldn't put that type of debt on Miguel to have him take care of her with that. Lindy she has a PhD, she's a doctor, so I am not shocked that she has student loans because being a doctor is very expensive. So there's that. Miguel's sister said Miguel needs to see drive in order to get behind them. Also that Miguel loves motivation and ambition. She doesn't want her brother to be burdened with her debt. So she's very straightforward. Like, you got debt and you're not going to make my brother pay for your debt. So Lindy tells Miguel that once they go back to the room and they talk about their, interactions with their family, Lindy does tell Miguel that she does have debt from her student loans. Miguel does say that he is not a sugar daddy, and he expects her to have a plan mapped out to take care of her student loans, and that is a big red flag for him because I guess in another relationship he took care of a lot of the finances and got taken advantage of. I don't think that this is a big deal if Lindy is taking care of her own student loans. She's not asking you for money. When she starts asking for money, maybe that's when y'all can have this conversation, but she's not asking you for anything, and it should not hold you back from getting a house. And I think Miguel already has a house, so I think that they are getting worked up for nothing like that. I expect Lindy to have debt from being, going through her matriculation in school. So chill out. And Miguel says he is comfortable with Lindy. He did he told the other couples that he's comfortable with Lindy so far, and he did make a move on Lindy, and Lindy did not reciprocate. Lindy says she wants to wait until the right time. She just doesn't want to just jump into anything and get feelings involved and can't really, then that'll be all that they have is physical and not, the actual connection. So yeah, that's so she wants to take it slow. Good for you, Lindy. That's very smart. Because she seems to get wrapped up in her emotions easily. So sex could probably, cloud her judgment. So she knows herself in that aspect, and she doesn't want to take it there with Miguel. Miguel seems like if it takes too long, that would probably be something that he does not like, since he tried to get down on the first night. I can't get down on the first night. Y'all remember that Monica song? So yeah, he was trying to get down on the first night, but she wasn't trying to hear it. And Miguel has to respect that, and I think that Lindy being from a religious family it may take her a little bit. So he's gonna have to understand that and not really rush her, because that's gonna cause an issue for them too. So, and Miguel seems like he can be a little controlling. So we'll see. Comment down below. Tell me how you feel about Lindy and Miguel. Do you think it's gonna work? Do you think Miguel is controlling? Do you think Lindy's debt is a serious situation? I mean, I get financial, you want financial freedom, and when you're married, you marry that person's debt. So he's definitely right in that. I know for firsthand on that. You marry that person's debt. But when you're in a show like this, you have to consider that, that has to be something that is at the forefront of your mind, because you are marrying a stranger. If you met Lindy in a more traditional way, maybe that could have been something y'all worked through, or maybe you would have weeded her out because of that. Now y'all are in it together, so maybe you need to be like Stasia and get a post-nup. That's something you could think about too, Miguel. So I don't think you should keep bothering Lindy about it, but that's just me. Because this is a process that is not traditional. You are meeting a stranger and choosing to marry them based on what the experts think about you. So you got to get over it, Miguel, and just try to work through it. And if you can't, then you know what to do on decision day. But that's all I got. I don't really have anything else to say on these couples. Like I said, please, engage with me in the chat and let me know how you feel. I am so far liking this season. I think that this is a good season coming up, and I'm excited to see what goes on. The previews look pretty good. It looks like they're going to be some little blow-ups. It looks like Ben and Morgan going to have a little scuffle. Looks like Justin is going to tell Alexis to stay out of the clubs. Nate is not feeling Stasia's post-nup proposal. So we're going to see. Again, like the video, share the video, subscribe to my channel to get more updates of when I'm going to put out more content. And just, join my tribe. We are a tribe, and I like to hear from y'all, and I want to build a community of people who where we can talk and engage and uplift each other. So yeah, follow your girl. I'm on Instagram at April_D_Harrison, and I look forward to getting more insight from you all. I love you all. You are beautiful people, and I'm praying blessings over you. Talk till the next time.